Italian Serie A matches of the week, beginning with Inter and Atalanta. Atalanta has been really great this year. They are second in, or actually, they've scored 18 goals, so they've scored a lot of goals this year. They had a 0-0 draw against Juventus. Notice how they enter the match against the 19-time Scudetto winners Inter with 19 points. And their first goal scored against Inter would be their 19th goal of the season. I do like Inter to drop points. Now, if Inter score first, their goal differential would be at plus 21 because of Atalanta Bergamo Calcio is Gamacho 21. However, looking at it, Inter could easily have two draws and a loss. Atalanta Bergamo Calcio, it's three matches that have dropped points, two draws and a loss. And for Inter, notice that they, in the Champions League, the following match, they travel over to, I think it's Austria, to face off against Red Bull Salzburg. Let me see. Yes, so Inter travel to Austria after this, and so ultimately I like a draw for Atalanta and Inter. It is Inter that's going to enter their match at Austria with 26 points after a draw. So Atalanta are definitely going to get a result. I will go with a draw, but at the least Inter drop points and Atalanta gets a result. So Inter drop points. Juventus are going to defeat Fiorentina. Juventus and Inter are going to be tied on top of the table with 26 points each. Juventus can get their 26 points. Scudetto is Gamacho 26. Tied on top with Inter on top of the table after everybody has played their matches for the week. Juventus enter the match against the purple of Fiorentina, the Viola, La Viola is Gamacho 27. So Juventus enter the match against Viola with 23 points. It's Viola that's Gamacho 23. I like Juventus to get a victory, to have 26 points, and during kickoff of their match against Cagliari, Juventus would have 27 points with the match 0-0 after kickoff against Cagliari. It is La Viola, that's Gamacho 27. So Juventus would have 27 points at the time of kickoff against Cagliari, coming off of their match against La Viola. Now, on the side of Fiorentina, they can have two draws and four losses for the year. They've had two losses to Empoli and Lazio. It is Fiorentina that's going to have two draws and four losses after losing to Juventus, because it's Juventus that's Gamacho 24. So Fiorentina are going to lose again. Vlahovic and Chiesa are each former Fiorentina players. So ultimately, Juventus are going to get another victory. They're going to defeat Fiorentina. Lazio have the ability to go into sixth place. Lazio face off against Bologna. Just so you can see right here, they face off against Bologna this Friday, November the 3rd. Bologna would have 3 wins and 2 losses if they lose to Società Sportivo Calcio Lazio is Gamacho 32. Ultimately, I like Lazio to go for their 22nd points against AS Roma, because that's the following match. So Lazio, they get their 19th points. They'd be going for their 22nd points against AS Roma. It is also Roma that's Gamacho 20, so they'll enter kickoff with 20 points to score 0-0 against AS Roma. So European spots on the line. Lazio can keep pace with Atalanta. Fiorentina are kind of hitting a cliff. And Napoli, I gotta go at Napoli against Salernitana. If Napoli win, they're 5 points away from the top of the table, though. Lazio, they defeated Napoli. They'd be 2 points away from Napoli. So ultimately, looking at that, Inzaghi can get his 21st draw as Inter manager when he draws against Atalanta Bergamo Calcio. So Inzaghi can go for his 21st draw as manager ultimately when looking at it. So Juventus and Inter are tied on top of the table. Milan are going to be 1 point off on the top, bearing any surprise or any Pulisic substitution as we saw last week. Milan, if they defeat Udinese, they'd have 25 points. At kickoff of their next match against Lecce, they would have 26 points. Kickoff, score 0-0. Coming off of a match at Udine. Udine is Gamache 26. So right after Milan go to Udine, they have 27 points at the time of kickoff against Lecce. Union Sportivo Lecce is Camacho 23. They could, who knows if Milan have a draw. If they do have a draw, it's 2 draws and 2 losses. Milan Camacho 22. I'm more confident in Inter dropping points, although it is worth noting that it is Lecce that is Camacho 23. So I don't think they're going to draw. I think Milan will enter the Paris match 27 points against Lecce coming off of their game against Paris. It is Paris. That's Gamache 27. So Milan, they'd be at 27 points at the time of kickoff against Lecce coming off of their performance against Paris. So I do like Milan to get the victory. Milan and Juventus to win and Inter to drop points and Napoli to keep pace and Lazio to be tied with Atalanta after this upcoming week. All right, let's go to Roma quickly against Lecce because Derby della Capitale is the following week when Roma face off against Lazio. I'll go with a win. Let's Roma and Lecce, 4 draws, 4 losses. Maybe Romelu Lukaku. It's the score sheet this year. Roma gets Jose Mourinho back. So Romelu Lukaku is Gamache 44. So that'll be 4 draws, 4 losses for Lecce. These are my Italian Serie A matches of the week.